Father Jack here. We heard in a parish mission talking about adoration. And so I would just like to give my perspective on it. I remember when I was in seminary in theology, I lived internationally for 5 years. And so for 2 years of this stretch, I couldn't come back to the United States. So I just remember kind of the ways that I communicated with my family, the people that I loved. Sometimes postcards, sometimes calls, but calls were expensive. You know, there was no internet. This was in the early 90s. And so I remember like that first time after 2 years being away, arriving back in Tulsa and seeing my parents in person. You know, as great as postcards are, letters are, calls are, there's no substitute really for just being present to another. I would say the same thing is true in terms of our Lord. You know, He promises He's with us always to the end of the ages. That's at the end of Matthew's Gospel. And certainly we see that in the Eucharist when He says, "This is my body broken for you. This is my blood poured out for you." So He's present with us always, and He's present in a particular way, physically, tangibly present to us in the Eucharist. So when we go in for adoration, it's an opportunity, again, to be in His physical presence. Now, I would say there's no correct way of prayer, no correct prayer in adoration. I'm spending time with the Lord. Sometimes it's, very substantive things that we're talking with the Lord about, a life decision, something like that. Sometimes it's just the stuff of our daily lives, an interaction that we had, and like, okay, Lord, where were you in the midst of that? What would you have me say in that? So we do that, but really, it's a great opportunity, I would say, to be with Him and to become more like Him. Being with Christ physically present. Again, there's no correct way for that, but being with another person, we become like the people that we hang out with, and certainly we want to conform ourselves more fully to the Lord. So, what does it look like on a practical level? I would say sometimes, some people sign up for an hour of adoration, doing a holy hour, and that other times people, they just drop in. Like for me, daytime prayer. I may go in, I drop in, I do daytime prayer, spend a little extra time there. Sometimes I'm doing Lectio Divina. I'm praying over scriptures. I'm noticing what draws my heart's attention. That's what I'm going to preach on. And sometimes there's devotions. I'll do my rosary when I'm in there. Sometimes people do the Divine Mercy Chaplet. I would say the main thing is we both talk to Him and we listen to Him. We let Him weigh in on the stuff of our lives, kind of what we're bringing. So we're noticing kind of the things that are drawing our heart's attention and really bringing those to Him. So spending time with the Lord, becoming more like Him, sometimes dropping in, sometimes it's very regularly scheduled. But the main thing is that we're allowing Him more fully into our lives and being present to us in the way He wants to be. So I would just encourage you, if you already do it, great. If not, maybe try it.